Hello stock stalkers, welcome back. Wishing you all a happy weekend. Let's start reviewing DFM market index, that is Dubai Financial Market, on the weekly chart. This is the higher time frame. Weekly candle close is quite positive, I must say. Last week's candle was bit negative. We saw rejection right into the resistance, that is 6,205 points. If at all you're watching my analysis regularly, I have been marking this zone right here. This is resistance area. We can see already one attempt is made. If at all market tries and break out the zone, then we have next area of resistance at 6,317 points. Now let's dissect what is happening into this zone, that is between 6,050 points and 6,205 points. Well, looking at the last two candles, first one is rejection, then we have indecisive candle. So there are two scenarios. Either market breaks out this resistance and closes above the zone. This will be a confirmation that now market wants to continue its upside momentum. Or scenario number two, if at all market breaks the low, that is around 6,070 points, then be ready, it can even break out 6,000 points. It can come down to visit 5,958 to 5,896 points. These are the two support zones identified. The question is, if at all market breaks the minor support, will market will be in bearish territory, or will the trend will be converted into a downtrend? The answer is no. Market will still remain in uptrend. The trend is still intact. We can see it is beautifully climbing up. Market took a breather right into this zone, that is at around 5,226 point to 5,565. So we are seeing a correction phase already. This is healthy. And from here, aggressive move to the upside is seen. Around 6 to 7 candles are printed already in green. If at all market goes sideways, or if it comes down for a smaller correction, it should not be considered bearish at all. Instead, this will be considered as buying opportunity, provided you have selected your stocks and you are ready with your planning. If at all market comes into this pocket, obviously stocks will also start to retrace. And from here, I'm expecting nice leg to the upside. Overall, on the weekly chart, I'm not seeing any signs of bearish. Yes, a small retracement is possible. Let's go down to daily and see how the chart is looking. Well, clearly we can see market has made some attempts into the resistance zone for a breakout. Right here, this is the resistance zone 6,205. This was a clear-cut rejection. Again, market tried, so two attempts are already made here. From here, there are chances it may break the support and go lower. That's the reason I'm still expecting a minor correction. I have kept it a downtick for DFM market index, but overall trend is to the upside. So as I just mentioned, how will we get an indication whether market wants to come down for a correction or it wants to continue going up? First thing first is very simple. Market will try and break the low, that is 6,100 points. If at all this is taken out, then be ready. We can even see 6,065 points. If this is taken out, we will get confirmation that now market is getting ready for more downside momentum. In this scenario, it will break 6,000. And then we will see these support zones acting as a demand most likely. Overall, market sentiments are very positive. It's bullish. We are going through a season where companies are releasing financials and they are coming out one after another. Most of them are very good and we are seeing good momentum as well. This price action is very tricky. That's the reason I'm not giving any confirmation. From here, it can go up as well, or it can break the support and go down. So coming week will be very interesting to see where the market is moving, whether it is breaking 6,205 or it wants to come down for a correction. This is the weekly chart of ADX market index, that is Abu Dhabi Securities Exchange. We are seeing some signs of weakness here, but market is surviving above the support, that is 10,246 points. Looking at the last two indecisive candles, market is struggling for a trend. Check this out. Strong upside momentum is seen, 5 solid green candles back to back, and now we are just seeing a small breather. This should not be considered as bearish. We are seeing a strong rally from 9,400 points. Market has hit 10,360 points. So this is a bit of a journey. No doubt market needs some breather or a correction that should be considered healthy. So on the weekly chart, if at all market breaks immediate support, that is 10,282 points, I will not be surprised. We have next area of support at 10,246. Any dip should not be considered bearish. it should be considered as buying opportunity. I'm expecting more upside momentum. Let's go down to daily and see how the chart is looking. Here we can see a price action that is showing some sort of weakness, but I will not use the word bearish because the trend is still intact to the upside. We can see a congestion here around 10,360 points. From here we are seeing first aggressive candle to the downside. Check this out. All these times we were seeing small candles, indecisive candles, and then a solid red candle is seen right into the resistance. Clearly this becomes our supply area. From here it is showing very similar price action the way we saw in DFM market index. A strong move to the downside, a small retracement. Now it is do or die for ADX market index. Whether it is printing a solid green candle on the daily chart, breaking out 10,360, or if at all it's coming down and breaking the low of this candle, that is 10,282 points. This will be our first confirmation. If at all market breaks the low of this candle, I repeat 10,282, then be ready, it can even go lower. Strong support is between 10,050 points and 10,100 as of now. Obviously 10,000 remains psychological support zone. So I'm not expecting a very deeper correction, maybe a small push to the downside, and then it may resume its uptrend. So overall trend is still to the upside. Again, to summarize, if at all market breaks 10,282, this will be our confirmation that now price action is showing us that there are chances to go much more lower. We have support area around 10,170 as well, that is minor support zone. In a strong uptrend, as I keep repeating in my videos, if at all market comes down, it should be considered as buying opportunity. Support zones will be activated. We will see fresh buyers and investors joining in. They will try to pick up the stocks at lower price so that they can ride the move to the upside. Overall, ADX index is also looking good. If at all it comes down for a smaller correction, I will not be surprised. That's why I have still kept it a down trick. Yes, I will give a green tick once I see a solid candle close above this zone, that is 10,346. Overall trend is intact to the upside. One of the stock that gave us good money is Multiply. I hope you are picking up your stocks correctly and you are riding the move to the upside. In my members video, I had mentioned after this breakout we took our entries. This is the resistance zone, as I had clearly mentioned in my last video. In fact, I had made a plan and I had uploaded for public video. This is resistance zone or profit booking zone, that is between 3.00 and 3.04. Check this out. This candle's high is exactly at 3.00. It got rejected. It came down. So for now, this is playing as resistance. We will wait and watch how Multiply performs or plays out into this zone. Last green candle is very tricky. Trust me, this can trap the buyers right at the top. I am not trusting this green candle. There are chances from here it might go a bit up, trap the buyers and make a new low. It may come down to visit this support zone, that is 2.73. This should be identified as strong support, or this is the place where you can start buying in small quantities. I will mark it as strong support 2.73. So from here there are chances it may come down and move up aggressively to the upside, because these three candles indicate that correction is starting, that too with a gap down opening. So this is bit of negative. So if this is the first green candle after this push to the downside, this can be a short recovery as well. It can come down to make a new low. But still nothing to worry. As you know, 2.73 is a strong support area. Previously Multiply was trying for a breakout. It was struggling. It was not able to do so. But we know if at all a particular zone is being hit again and again, it gets weaker. After a gap up opening, it moved up very nicely. We booked our profits right at the top. By the way, if at all you are interested to join my YouTube membership, you may scan the QR code for daily recommendations with my analysis, entries and exit, so that you just have to push your buttons when you see price reaching our target prices. For now, Multiply is looking good for a correction. I would not take any positions because this will be very risky unless and until I don't see a clearance of this zone, that is 3.04. If at all In Monday's session, if it can print a solid green candle confirming a breakout, then I would consider this to be positive. Otherwise, most likely I think it may come down for a retest of any of the support zones. By any chance, if 2.73 does not hold, then we have support at around 2.58 to 2.60. If this fails, then we have 2.40 area to 2.34. But I'm sure Multiply will not go for a deeper correction. Trend is intact. It is in a very strong uptrend. I would like to go down to 15 minutes chart to see how it performed during the day. Here we can see a nice breakout, or I can say a momentum trade, which I did not take personally. This is a strong downside momentum. No doubt this was the resistance area, that is 3.00. From here we can see a trend line going, and this was the breakout at 2.84. If at all anyone took entries at the breakout, definitely they made good money. We can see nice push to the upside. For now it is trying to clear minor resistance at 2.95. If at all it break past 2.95 and prints a solid green candle in Monday's session, then be ready for more upside momentum. It can even break past this resistance and continue its upside momentum, as the trend is to the upside. My worry is if at all it tries to go up, traps the buyer, and then it comes down, I would be waiting for Multiply to touch this zone so that I can buy it in big quantities, because in this scenario I would consider correction is most likely over, and from here Multiply can make aggressive move to the upside. So I would like to ride this big trend rather than taking risk into this area for this small move. Overall, Multiply is very positive. People are very aggressive. They are trying to buy in big quantities, no doubt. So coming week will be very interesting for Multiply. Let's see how it performs. Still, my bias is to the upside. Hit the like button if today's video was helpful. Thanks for watching. Keep stocking.